Hi, I'm Brad Cleveland, and all of us who are a part of ICMI are very excited about celebrating our 25th anniversary. In the interview that follows, it's a privilege to recount a bit of ICMI's history and to look at the incredible developments in our profession and what they might mean to the future of customer contact services. Thank you for your trust and commitment to ICMI this past quarter of a century and for being part of the ICMI community. Whether you've partnered with our consultants for some hands-on improvement or have come to us through a training program or maybe been to an event, maybe been a reader of some of our books or articles or participated in research, we are really honored to have had the chance to work with you. We are committed to and very excited about continuing to provide support and resources that help you develop your services in coming years and seeing you reap the benefits that come with delivering great service to your customers. We are proud of the role ICMI has played in shaping our profession. And the person who had the initial vision for ICMI was founder, industry pioneer Gordon McPherson Jr., who in the 1970s, early 1980s had established some of really the first of their kind call centers, went on to consult to organizations in how to manage these kind of operations. And he recognized something so fundamental, it now seems obvious. Call center management was not an established, recognized profession. Call centers were viewed simply as functional departments within utilities and airlines and financial companies and media, other industries adopting them. Many of the basic terms didn't yet exist, and managers and directors struggled to describe their roles and the challenges in these kinds of environments. ICMI's early years were characterized by establishing the idea, the recognition that this is a profession in its own right. In the years 1985 through 1990, ICMI launched the world's first training programs, the first newsletter, the first conference, specifically for call center managers. A universal language began to take shape, and ICMI worked very hard to codify the fundamentals of call center operations that are today professional norms and standards in many cases. In fact, the very first seminar ICMI released, now known as Essential Skills and Knowledge for Effective Contact Center Management, remains our flagship course. It's changed a lot over the years, but those basic fundamental principles are still in place. There was a real sense of excitement among call center managers and directors in those days as they realized, hey, I'm not alone. There are others who have the same challenges. A very exciting time. A new profession was beginning to take shape. Throughout the 1990s, many organizations across the world, not just large firms anymore, but more and more medium and smaller sized companies began putting call centers in place. And I think it's fair to say that many did so out of necessity. Their customers were saying, hey, I need help. I don't understand this bill, or I need technical support, or I need help with the services you're providing. What they were really asking is, how do I get through? How do I interact with your company and get what I need and want in this day and age? The smartest companies saw that as an opportunity. They saw the call center as really a new front door, a way to distinguish themselves from their competitors through service. The 1990s were a decade of consolidating early lessons the industry had learned and developing services to meet the needs of customer expectations, which were evolving very rapidly. ICMI was a conduit for sharing lessons and encouraging innovation, and things were getting more interesting by the day. New internet-based services emerged, and call centers handled increasingly varied and complex interactions. It was in those days that some began using the term contact center, an alternative description common today. Job role requirements and the skills and knowledge needed to manage a call center were quickly evolving. To help meet these needs, ICMI developed a certified associate program that enables us to expand our faculty. We launched a global partner training and consulting program to reach more of the world. We greatly expanded our research and our content. We rolled out new online and web-based learning alternatives. Associations were springing up around the world, and we did everything we could to support them, and we helped develop frameworks and awards that defined and recognized excellence. I think the most important accomplishment during this period was more subtle than any of these things. It was again working hard to promote the importance of the profession itself. helping call center leaders in the ICMI community develop that mindset within their own organizations. Clearly, the 1990s were a boom time for call centers, and every lesson learned would be needed as call center professionals were about to be tested as never before in the decade to follow. The first few years of the new millennium brought incredible challenges to call center professionals. The recession of 2001 through 2003 prompted many companies to cut service or outsource them to lowest bidders, and all the while the volume of customer contacts grew, which surprised many of the pundits who had predicted that self-service technologies would reduce workloads. Overall measures of customer satisfaction fell dramatically, and poor service became a much covered topic in the media. The pressures on contact center managers, many of whom had advised against these cutbacks, were intense. They were really on the firing line. Fortunately, the fallout of this difficult season proved to be very positive ultimately for our profession. It became pretty obvious as time went on that the companies that served their customers well were winning. Those that didn't were paying a big price. When the next recession hit in the late decade, the best managed organizations had learned their lesson. They maintained a strong focus on service. And those call center professionals who had taken their careers seriously and really benefited from the resources available from ICMI, from the broader community, where they were better positioned to help their customers, their companies, and ultimately their own careers. As these years unfolded, ICMI focused intently on building and supporting the professional community. We launched the ACE conference and other events. We broadened services that allow professionals to connect and share, and we deepened our consulting services. In 2005, ICMI increased our global resources when we became part of Think Services, the organization we had partnered with to launch ACE. And our resources were further strengthened by sharing ideas and know-how with our sister company HDI, which serves the technical support industry. ICMI's most important priority in these years was to invest in identifying and helping reveal the true strategic value of contact center services. You know, if you think about it, call after call, hour after hour, day after day, the contact center captures information and intelligence that can be used and should be used in every part of the organization to improve products and services and processes. It's a powerful set of eyes and ears. That's a description you hear commonly. It's a good one. And service-leading companies began leveraging their call centers for organization-wide purposes as never before. If there's one overall lesson ICMI has learned in our 25 years, it's that this is a growing, evolving profession with its own unique skills and knowledge requirements. Today, from the launch of a new website that supports more dynamic interaction among community members to new training courses, the return of knowledge exchange events, the launch of ICMI peer groups, ICMI is introducing new initiatives that will enable professionals to share best practices and learn from the pioneers out there across the profession who are innovating on a daily basis and to really dynamically interact and engage with each other. The majority of our ICMI team have worked in and managed a contact center or been around the industry for many years, and I know each feels honored to have helped build and serve this profession, and our team looks forward to helping shape it in the future. We believe the industry will see more change in the next 5 years than it's seen in the last 20. It's just an incredible opportunity right now for individuals across the profession to play an important role in helping to define, helping to shape services that, if you think about it, really ultimately impact just about every person in our society. With new forms of communication and the ever-changing economy, increasingly empowered and connected customers, contact centers will be more important than ever in coming years. That's clear. And ICMI invites you to give us feedback on how we can provide you with the tools and resources you need. We commit to evolving with you, to standing with you, helping you identify challenges and find new and innovative ways to meet them. And we will continue to focus on working with you to advance our profession and the strategic role of customer contact services. On behalf of ICMI, I thank those of you who are a part of the ICMI community and welcome to those of you who are new to the community. We look forward to working with you in the days and years ahead. Thank you very much.